Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. So today's video definitely has kind of like a throwback feel to it, like way back when I wasn't even on YouTube, but I mean I've been watching YouTube since like forever, but I've only been like actively like producing content I guess on YouTube for 3 years I think. But yeah, this video takes it way back and it's a tag video. I haven't been tagged as of now, at least as of me filming. The tag was, I think, kind of like a combined effort started by Jerusha Couture, but based on a video that Minnie from Minx Raw filmed. And that is my 5 used luxury handbags, or like designer handbags, as of now for 2023. And I'm really excited to, I mean, you know me, if you watch my channel regularly, you know I love talking about handbags, so this video was right up my alley and I wasn't going to wait for someone to tag me, so here we are. And before I ramble on any further, let's head straight into it. I don't think I'll be able to like rank it from most used to least most used, if that makes sense, apart from one bag, so let's get it out of the way. It's not particularly like luxury, but it has a brand name to it and it's fairly boring, so I'll try to keep it short and then we'll get into the good stuff. I'm talking about my Longchamp Le Pliage in the large size black from the green collection, which is indicated by this like green glazing on the sides, and I think there's like some recycling elements to it. Anyway, so basic Longchamp bag essentially, and this is my work bag. I've been trying like every year once like spring rolls around to get out of the habit of using my Longchamp Le Pliage because for work, when I head into the office, I definitely need my laptop and usually also a couple of files in A4 format. So I need a big bag, but every time like spring rolls around, I'm like, okay, I do have a number of beautiful handbags, as you might be able to tell from the background. I don't want to limit myself to only wearing them on the weekends, for instance. So what I've started doing again, say like as of mid-April, beginning of May, is taking like basically 2 handbags. So one bag for my laptop and my like files and everything. One of those is, for instance, this one right here. This is from Starbucks, but I haven't tried that yet, but should work as well as my like laptop and files bag is this like kind of like a raffia material tote from Harrods from the food section. So essentially the plan is to try to not wear my Longchamp Le Pliage day to day to the office because, let's face it, like a black Longchamp bag is practical, definitely, but not like the most exciting to wear. So what I'm trying to do is take one of those tote bags as like my laptop and file bag, and then an actual handbag from my collection as my handbag for like my phone, keys, card holder and everything. So it's been going somewhat okay-ish. Yeah, so fingers crossed I'll stick to it, and that way I should get way more use out of some of the bags that aren't listed in this video, because if I don't make a conscious effort to use my like nicer handbags to work plus an additional bag, I'll usually just revert to my Longchamp, which I'm trying to not do. So yeah, that's my most used handbag out of my collection. Out of the way, let's get into the good stuff. From here on out, so 2 to 5, I can't really like rank from most to least used because I don't really keep track of it, but yeah, more out of like gut feeling. So no particular order. Let's start with this cutie. So this is my Saint Laurent Sac de Jour. I purchased it in the Mall Firenze outlet, close to Florence. Highly recommend if you're like in the area. That outlet, I think close to Florence there are a couple of outlets. I think Serravalle is another one. Don't like come for me for my Italian pronunciation. I never took Italian at school, so Serravalle or something like that. I heard like compared, I haven't been myself to that particular outlet. I've only been to the Mall Firenze, and I heard and like based on my research, I think the Mall Firenze is better. But yeah, I mean, if you have the time, go to both. But if you like have to choose between 2 outlets, I'd say go for the Mall Firenze. They have like Ferragamo, Saint Laurent, of course, Celine, although the Celine selection was a little meh. Fendi also, in terms of handbags, not like the greatest selection, but yeah, they have a huge Gucci outlet. I'm not that much of a fan of Gucci, but yeah, it's there and it's fairly large. I did film 2 vlogs from that outlet, so I'm going to link to them up here and also in the description box below, but I digress. So this was an outlet purchase. Extremely happy about it because look at this, like, I mean, it's such a classic color, like a neutral essentially. Just so easy to grab, goes with basically everything. Maybe not so much like brown and like beige. Beige would work, but brown probably not like the best combo with dark gray, but yeah. Anyway, Love this bag to pieces. Also went to Paris with me, and yeah, was perfectly fine. For, like, most of the time I just carried it like handheld, but of course it also comes with a shoulder strap, which is like adjustable. But I mean, it's a top handle bag. I prefer to wear it as such and not like as like worn on the shoulder, but it's good that the strap is there. So yeah, this is definitely one of my most used bags this year, which I'm really happy about, because I think I only wore this bag once last year. For me, having purchased it in October, that's not the best. But yeah, very glad that finally in 2023 I start to get my money's worth out of this beauty. All right, next off, shouldn't come as a surprise, my Celine belt bag in the nano size in Arctic Blue, I think is the color. It's a seasonal color, but they do come out with like similar shades of blue like every spring, I'd say, or like every other spring. I adore this bag so much. It was kind of like an impulse purchase in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I think most of it is the color, but also like the functionality. Top handle is excellent. Usually with this one, because it's just like one top handle, I do wear the bag with the shoulder strap. Right here. I think I filmed an unboxing and probably also a review, like wear and tear update. All of the links will be below. That goes for every bag I'm talking about. If I have a like specific video on a handbag that is mentioned in this video, everything will be linked below. 2 more bags to go, but before I reveal them, if you're new here and this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, hi, I'm Lesley. I'm so glad to have you here. On my channel, I talk about all things luxury, in particular handbags, but I cover a wide range of topics on here. I film unboxings, reviews, shopping vlogs, travel vlogs from time to time, and the occasional high street fashion video thrown into the mix. So if that sounds like a thing, I would love for you to consider subscribing. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. So continuing on with, should we go for Chanel first or another Saint Laurent? Let's do Chanel, because this one was also featured in the thumbnail, so you already know that I was going to talk about my Chanel Medallion Tote. This bag, I think like I think it was like a Q&A kind of video. One of the questions was like your least practical bag, and that's like a while back. And I think I mentioned my Chanel Medallion Tote, which is insane to me because this is like my go-to travel bag. I actually had to like actively force myself to not take this one with me to Paris like earlier this year, because this has gone to the south of France with me like in the heat of summer, or okay, it was probably like September, but it was like fairly hot there. And it went with me to London last year and to Paris at the end of 2021 for Christmas season. So I was like, hey, this time in Paris, I'm not going to take my Chanel Medallion Tote, because otherwise chances are, like in a couple of years, I won't be able to distinguish which photos were taken like in 2021 and which photos were taken in 2023. And also because I do want to like circle through my collection and actually, yeah, get the use out of my bags, which I did with this one for sure. So that was an excellent choice for Paris. But other than that, this bag is just, I can't sing its praises enough. This bag, unfortunately, is no longer in production. It hasn't been for a number of years, so this was a pre-loved purchase. Especially compared to like the current prices, I scored big time on this one. I think I purchased it on Vestiaire Collective, by the way, and including authentication fee and like shipping and everything, it came out to 970 euros, which is insane, especially for the condition that it was in. Granted, I've been wearing it quite a bit, hence it being one of my most worn bags this year as well, and also like especially for last year but also this year. But yeah, I've worn it quite a bit. There are some signs of wear, like of course, it's an old bag. I don't quite remember the like season it's in, it doesn't really matter, but it's definitely an older bag. It didn't come with the authenticity card when I purchased it, which I knew and I was fine with. That probably also played into me getting such a steal, but Vestiaire Collective authenticated the bag, and I've also had it authenticated by Authenticate First. But yeah, condition was excellent, and even now, after like numerous wears, I think for the most part, and that's pretty common for the Medallion Tote, you have like corner wear, and I think like some of the metal or whatever they use for like the structure of the base is showing through, but it's also in black, so can't really tell unless you inspect it like super up close. But yeah, the caviar leather is still really like not so much shiny. I mean, caviar leather looks different in every season essentially. So this caviar leather is more so matte and still puffy, which is insane considering how old this bag is. And of course, you have the medallion dangling right here. So yeah, if you manage to find a medallion tote at somewhat of a decent price, chances are you won't be able to find it under 1K. But I mean, if you do, snatch it up because it won't be there for long, I'd say. But yeah, this is the second to last most used, although as I said, I'm not like going in any particular order apart from my longchamp. And to round up this video, let's talk about this cutie for a second. I mentioned there will be another Saint Laurent bag. Here it is. So this is my toy Loulou in black. I purchased it towards the end of 2021. This is the second bag that came with me to Paris. Yes, I traveled with 2 handbags. I did want like some variation also because I took a couple of like more beige, warmer tone brown outfits with me, and as I mentioned, dark gray doesn't necessarily go, like in my eyes at least, I'm not a fashion expert, but for me I was like, okay, dark gray and brown probably isn't like a match made in heaven, might as well pack a small black bag as well, which I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed using this. And yeah, it does fit a surprising amount. It's got like a middle divider, which does limit you being able to put like bulkier items inside there, and you won't be able to fit a water bottle, and an umbrella probably not unless you have a really tiny one, but everything else you would need on a day-to-day basis. Even if you leave the hotel early in the morning and don't come back until like late at night, everything fits inside here. So yeah, that concludes today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and also ring that little bell so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. And I'm thinking, like, considering that I've like sneaked, that I've like weaseled my way into the tag without actually having been tagged. I don't know if I'm allowed to tag someone. Also, I don't have insight on who's done the tag already and who hasn't. So if I'm about to mention you and you've already done the tag, I'm sorry about that. I would love to see Megan from Tranquil Megan film this video. Also Jamie from Luxe Petite, Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle. All of these ladies will be linked in the description box below, by the way. And of course, we don't want to forget about the amazing gents in the luxury community. Nick Snell, you already filmed this video, didn't you? So I'm not tagging you. But okay, let's say I'm tagging you, and sorry if you've already filmed this video. Caleb Snell, if you haven't filmed this tag yet, I would love to hear your thoughts. And basically whoever else feels like sharing their top 5 most used bags of 2023, consider yourself tagged. And even if you don't have a YouTube channel, I would love to hear your list in the comments below. So let's get chatting in the comments. I would love to hear your picks. And before I ramble on any further, thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in my next video.